Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to my show. And I just invited her here.
Damn, who is her?
Her is her. Her is her, and I am him.
Oh,
Kalecia Simmons, welcome to the show.
thank you.
Welcome to my show that's ours.
Thanks for having me.
I am Coach RL, and I want to talk about my stuff.
Okay, let's talk about your stuff.
No, it's our stuff.
Let's talk about it.
Today, we're going to talk about financial literacy and legacy building. So I don't want to talk from a teaching perspective. I want to talk from an experience perspective because I think the best way to lead other people to water is really just to tell them our story.
Okay.
And I don't want to get all into the story because we got 18 books
Okay.
and I want them to read the book, but I want to talk about it from our why. The first topic I want to get into is like financial education at a young age.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. At what age do you start teaching financial literacy in your home?
I think for us right now, the youngest that we start to learn them is about 3 or 4.
Okay.
We start to show them what coins is and start asking the hard questions like Johnny asked today. Why we just can't go to Chuck E. Cheese again?
Right.
The money, you need money. And he said, the money, you don't need no money. It's on a card. It's on a card. You just swipe the card and the games happen. And I says, no, before you get the card, you need to give them money and they give you the card. Do you have any money? He's 4. He knows what money is. He has $1. He's earned dollars. He's went to the store, bought stuff. And so earlier you get kids into transactions, financial transactions,
That's the key.
the earlier they'll start to understand I don't have this. So it's not necessarily about money. It's about understanding how to trade this for that, because that's essentially what money is.
I mean, you wrote a children's book about it, didn't you?
I did. So just understanding where money comes from. Oh, y'all look out for the book. It's on the way. But you understand, children beginning to understand where money comes from and being able to barter and trade for the things that they want, because essentially they learn it on their own in kindergarten anyways, where, hey, can I get this block for that toy? But they don't know what that transaction is and how they grow as it turns into one common concept of this dollar that is tradable for everything. But you just got to teach them young. You got to teach them young as possible. And then being able to scale in all aspects. So right now, Riley, she's been operating in business for 5 or 6 years now, and she's only 11. So
She's had multiple businesses, like 3 different businesses.
And you have to transition them into that. And one of those things is because they see us doing it is the reason why they do it. But the other thing is them having that want and not always fulfilling that need as a parent, because I would say us millennials feel like, oh, I want to give my kid everything I didn't have. You know what I didn't have? A damn sense of what a dollar was. Because every time I got a dollar, I went down to the store, got a bag of chips, and then I was broke. And then I grew up and I lived exactly like that, paycheck to paycheck.
Wow.
And so when you start to teach them the other aspects, like investing, hey, instead of just working hard, why don't you put it in something that can grow? And they're learning that as well. And I think that's more around Riley's age, 11, 12, where you start to show them how to invest in other things. And, maybe they're not old enough for the market, but you kind of teach them what the market is. One of the things that I kind of show Reagan in investing is, hey, girl, you ain't got to go out there and sweat with them. Just say, hey, I see you running your business. I'll give you $5. And to go buy the lemonade and the sugar just off of your profits. I want my $5 plus $1 of really 10% of everything that you made. So then she gives them $5 to go buy the lemonade, and in turn, she earned $10 without having to do anything except for give up her $5, and she just learned how to become a business investor. And then you scale that information and show them how to do it on larger scales. But very, very, it's very important to teach them while they're young. What's the next question?
Okay, so
you told me not to give away everything, so I'm just on here just chopping it up at this.
I think right now you're in line with homeschooling is what you're really talking about. But I'll let you cook. Tell me, off of just financial literacy for children, what about the parents who don't really know? What are some things that you would advise new parents to be educating themselves on in order to move forward, making sure that they bring something new to the table that maybe their parents didn't necessarily give them?
Right now in 2024, I would say I would tell a new parent to, I would say reevaluate, but just evaluate what you have right now. And in our society, what we have right now, and I'm actually doing that for us as well. We're doing it collectively, but I'm leading the charge, is let's look at what we have and start removing everything that's not necessary. Everything that's not necessary, because the reason that we overspend or spend up to the nickel is because we are literally trying to have everything that everybody else has, and that shit don't make sense. I don't understand, why do we need a 65-inch TV if the kids just threw rocks at the other one? Like, they were literally throwing rocks at the broken TV. Like, why do we need a TV? And why do we need a TV and everybody has a device? Why does everybody have a device when 3 of them will be sitting there watching the same show? And we just look at some of these things. Why do we have Netflix and Hulu and Peacock and Showtime? And I can go on and on and. But why do we have all of these things? Because we are naturally consumers, and kind of getting away from getting back into the homeschool thing is you are naturally taught to be a consumer. You go to school, you sit down, and then you go to the water cooler and you talk about common things, and all that is things to buy. Then you get home, do your homework, and then on YouTube there's a commercial every 5 seconds. On Hulu there's a commercial every 5 seconds. I think Netflix is the only thing that ain't got commercials that's gonna sell you on what everybody else got, but same difference. Roblox, Fortnite, everybody has this, whatever's in style right now. Everybody wants to be on that same wave, so we can talk about it at the water cooler. The water cooler, whether it's school or at home or work or in a group with the friends, everybody wants to have that commonality. And taking it back to the 1950, keeping up with the Joneses, that's essentially what it is dick measuring. And you get caught in that, and then you end up living paycheck to paycheck and with a bunch of stuff that you don't need.
And also under a pile of mess, because it's very difficult to organize your spaces when you're constantly introducing new products, items, clothes, shoes, toys, food. It gets overwhelming. And because I have a house of 10 people, it gets overwhelming so quickly that I probably move at a much faster pace than the average mom at getting rid of things. Y'all see me dumping clothes all the time.
Like every 2 weeks.
I'm dumping them. And the other thing is, it ain't me buying this stuff. It's people sending them and the kids getting hand-me-downs, and then you got to go through the hand-me-downs. But, I think overall for new parents, it's very important to, in the very beginning of your parenting relationship together, to try to, here we go, create a vision for the future of your family. If you can create a vision for the future of your family together, don't emotionally attach to it being solid, just emotionally attached to it wavering, and you waver together. And then if you could do that come up with a vision, and create a plan to execute it, you can easily become exactly who it is you want to be and in the financial position you want to be in with your children. I feel like I'm the luckiest mom on earth. I get to travel to foreign countries and whenever I want, and I have 8 kids. That's the most ridiculous reality on the planet Earth. But I feel extremely blessed because number one, I worked very hard personally at creating a plan for our credit. My husband and I executed that and we got out of debt. We purchased our first home. We did all the things. We checked all the blocks. Now, was I traveling in and out of the country when we were living in a 3-bedroom while we were renting? Hell no. So the lifestyle elevated because the mindset elevated, and the financial literacy is a part of that.
Yeah, that's real. I think it's very hard to take a step back from what it is that you already have when you start to realize what you have is what's actually weighing you down. This kind of goes back into one of the previous episodes that we talked about creating a vision and then writing it down and manifesting. That has to happen in financial literacy as well, because really what it is that you want for yourself. And then another thing that I teach in my financial courses is being able to have that vision and paint your why will help you make better decisions. Because like when you say, hey, I want to buy this house next year, I'm going to buy this house next year and nothing else is going to stop me. When Johnny is standing in the candy aisle of the grocery store when we checking out and he's trying to hand you this candy bar, you ask Johnny, I'm trying to get you your own house. You don't really ask Johnny anything. You just let Johnny know what he is doing is cutting in to the portions of your house. Every house or every vision, every monetary vision is built on a brick of $10 bills. And every $10 bill you take from that house is a brick that you can't add to your vision. So imagine Johnny going up to in a store in the aisle and handing you a candy bar. Can you envision how that's removing a brick from the house that you're trying to buy? If you can do that, it's very easy to say no. It's very easy to say no, to say, hey, this
Sorry, little Johnny.
this Disney Netflix is costing me the porch of my house.
That's mommy's new house money.
Yeah. This Hulu Live, $82 a month is the reason why I don't have the back patio that I desire right now. And it adds up. And essentially you'll get to the point where you can start to envision the things that you want, and you can say absolutely no to the things that you don't want. I think you do a good job of that.
What I do good, babe, say it loud.
Not just creating a vision, but saying no to things because you already have a vision for other things. Like, hey, I'm not going to buy this purse. You look at the purse and you be like, what? That's 6 trips to Florida.
Absolutely.
Because you already got in mind.
I want to go to Florida 6 times.
Value of your vision, right? You already got the monetary value of your vision. So when you start seeing,
I think in plane ticket prices. Yeah. Okay. If it's under 300, that's like in-state plane money, right? If it's over $300, baby, I could go out of the country with that.
Right.
If it's $500, we could go round trip to Italy with that.
Right.
I don't know what that was, but I'm not paying $500 a couch.
Yeah. No. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not buying a couch.
And the reason I equivalate these few candy bars to the porch is because once upon a time, and that's why I say a lot of this stuff comes from experience. Once upon a time, I went home because my brother he was in a hospital. He's only in the hospital for a couple of days. He's fine now. But I flew home just to check on him, and I stayed with my aunt. And my aunt, her porch was kind of jacked up, and I said, "Hey, auntie, what's going on with the porch?" And she was like, "Hey, it's just a step, but the step is chipped off and is broken." So I'm thinking in my mind, this is going to cost me thousands of dollars to fix. So I sat there that weekend and I Google through where to find this because it was like a cinder block step, and I'm like, this got to be $1 million. And of course, I found a place there, a concrete place. They have the exact same step, exact same size. It was $40. It was like $36 plus tax.
But okay, can I just touch on that? Because really what happened in that moment was the psychology of money. So in your mind, You were thinking in a perspective of a person who probably at some point could not afford a $40 step.
Yeah.
So the thought of spending money on a concrete step in general is still in the back of your mind, like money I don't got. So when you automatically assume something is so outlandishly priced, and then you realize it's not, you have to really start asking yourself, at what age did I formulate the thought? You see what I'm saying? Like, where psychologically did I start being intimidated by certain types of purchases?
Yeah.
Because if I'm intimidated by certain types of purchases, that means I am still thinking in the mindset of not having a certain level of money. And I'm telling you right now, I'm thinking like a billionaire. So if I'm thinking like a billionaire, you can imagine how unwavering I am at some of the investments that I'm having to make into myself and even into our business. It's at one point I couldn't imagine spending tens of thousands of dollars on anything.
Right.
On anything. That's what?
That's me though. Like 500 for pictures. Are you kidding me?
Man, I'll swipe that so fast.
I mean,
it's a mindset.
But yeah, because of the return on investment that we've seen.
For sure.
The difference. But let me take a step back to the step. This is another piece to this, right? That I don't want to glance over real quick, because this is also important as well. Cultural perspective of the cinder block, because we look at this and we like, this is going to be expensive. And the reason I thought it was going to be expensive because nobody else fixed it. And I think nobody else fixed it
because it was just too expensive for anybody.
Everybody else thought it was expensive. And actually the next day I fixed the porch. We are having a family gathering. People are walking on the porch. Now, mind you, everyone who's like probably visited this house 3, 4, 5 times a week, because it's the house. It's auntie house. Yeah, if you know Black folks, it's somebody's house we go to every time. Every time it's Thanksgiving, once a week. It's either grandma house, auntie house, somebody's house that you visit frequently. And everybody said, "Hey, when did this step get fixed?" Everybody knew the step was broke.
Okay, so hold on. But what did you say?
Y'all know that step only cost $36, right?
Okay, here he is, Mr. Money. Why didn't you just say, "Hey guys, no problem. It was a real easy fix for me"?
Because I had to remove the barrier of y'all probably thought this was expensive.
Okay.
I'm just letting y'all know this wasn't expensive. It wasn't expensive. Y'all, you just walked in with a bottle of Patron, you could have bought 2 steps.
Stop it. Priorities.
So that all wins with it. That's the parts of it, and not to like shame anybody. And some of the people there, I mean, I got my little cousins are well off. They're doing better than I am. But they looked at the step and was like, that's not a regular purchase. That has to be expensive. Just not understanding this is the other thing that I've learned over time too, the value of knowing the price. The value of knowing the price is so much bigger than the price itself. Because
I be wanting to hear them, the scary prices.
Yeah, because
I be wanting to say, how close can I get to
it? Imagine this. Imagine all of the things that you can dream of. And number one, you don't know the price, but you find out the price. Trip to Dubai, $3,000, 2 people, 5 days.
Is that how much it costs, babe?
Roundabout, give or take.
Okay, we going?
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I'm not gonna be a lie. I mean, I might have. The kid's 3 now, but yeah, I put it to the side a couple of times. It's on my to-do list.
Okay,
I'm not gonna waver from my thing, but trip to Dubai, $3,000. So how do I get there? Because I don't got $3,000, but you know what I got? $300. And then I just make an account that say trip to Dubai, and I put $300 in it. Now, realistically, the price is $2,700, and that is so much more doable than $3,000. I don't know, because numbers really screw your mind. They really do. But now the trip is $2,700, and I do this every so often. I'll Uber one day, make $100, put the $100 in there, and I just keep chipping at it, and all of a sudden I have $3,000 and plans to go to Dubai. The other piece to this,
yes.
The other piece to this, I learned this from one of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
She wears glasses all the time. when you look at the trip to Dubai, the all exclusive, yada yada yada, sometimes you can just do the research and just buy one ticket at a time.
Oh, that's how your friend do
Yeah,
it.
she told me that. And then I learned. Do y'all know a ticket to Brazil one way is like $400?
How much did you think it was to get to Brazil?
Oh, I know it was $1,000, but $1,000 is both ways.
All right.
But I mean, if you do it out far enough, it probably could cost you like $800-900.
You could
maybe
get it cheap. Yeah,
$700.
you can get it cheap.
But if you do it one way, you buy one way at a time.
Yeah. You can spread out the purchase, and you're not being loyal to an airline. You can really get it cheap if you go one way with one airline and come back with a different airline. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get where I'm trying to go.
And that is the gist of looking at the price and not being intimidated by it. And that is also the value in knowing the price. A lot of times we are intimidated by the things because the price ain't what we got. But if we got that hustler's ambition, we want it and we have a vision for it, we can go get it. Just need to know the price. Yeah, this is good. So later on, I want to do a segment on legacy building. We kind of learned this a little bit down the line. I have a better perspective of it now. And this is one of those things that Kalecia initially brought to me 6-7 years before I thought it was a thing. I do have a completely different outlook on it now that I know what it is. A lot of it is diversifying your assets to include, liquid cash and things like that, but diversifying your stuff, not your couches, but your actual assets that actually matter, and then acquiring them and being able to set yourself up to pass them on to your kids. And even in the next episode, you got to remind me, I want to teach them a cool little way to pay for things when you die.
I think I'm about to make some pasta with like a little lemon parm cream sauce.
If they ain't throw away my half taco, it was a
little garlic butter
and some.
I saw that. This is some cilantro and onions. I already used that on my first dish.
Oh God.
Oh my God, I made an African plate. I made that red rice, right? You didn't even try it.
I didn't. I was
asleep. I made you African dinner.
I was asleep.
It was fire too. And I put my chicken in the grease and fried it like they be doing in Nigeria on the streets. I hope they can
see my face. Is it the side eye?
No.
Why didn't you wake me up?
Baby, you was eating bidia. Let's be real.
First of all, it wasn't eating bidia. It was a bidia quesadilla.
Yeah. 2 meals in one. Big bag.
It was a
2 meals in one. It was 2 meals in one. Let's be real. And you had a bowl of rice and beans. Come on, that's 3 in Mexico. In Mexico, you ate enough for a whole family.
So what you saying? I'm a Mexican family?
Big bag.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm only giving you a hard time because you didn't eat my dinner.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It was
enough.
Yeah, I ate 3 of them and I felt the shame. It was so good. It was so they cut them up in 4, but realistically,
Robert,
2 giant tortillas full of chunky bidia meat, and I felt the shame.
Okay.
And now you're fat shaming me. And I'm okay because
I had salad with mine.
The fried, what is it called? Refried beans.
It was so good. I didn't get a taste of that. I didn't see that. Where was that? There was none
ever. When I go to that place, when I go to that place, you're not getting my rice on my beans.
You didn't even give me a bite.
The rice is meat.
You're like, you want to try the taco?
Exactly. I offered you that. I was not offering you my beans and rice. It is not enough for both of us. No matter how much it is. No matter how much it is, it wasn't enough for both of us. I'm just letting you know.
That's crazy. Okay, so I need to go alone to get my own beans and rice. Because if I go get my own, you're going to eat mine too?
Whole time. This food sounds amazing. Dead ass. It's out of a gas station. It's a Mexican place inside a gas station. But the gas station is Mexican owned. And so you walk in there and you can get your, what is it, horchata?
You saying it right? Yeah, what you asking me? You speak Spanish? Pablo Español?
Sí, poquito. Yeah.
Netflix drug lord.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh man.
Okay, babe, are you done with me?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. I hope we are continue to entertain and educate. Thank you, my beautiful co-host Kalecia.
I'm so glad you
Um,
caught me.
yeah.
I feel like a butterfly.
If you leave me, I hope we can at least be friends.
Shut up, Robert.
We're good friends. We are good friends.
You're so
We're
foolish.
good friends.
I want
We're friends.
51% of this company. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. I want 51%.
You know what?
Matter of fact, I want 51% of all of the
I'm gonna tell
companies.
you what.
Every single company, I want
I wouldn't even
51%.
be mad if you plugged up the fucking mic. If you, I wouldn't even if you was to plug up your own mic and then ask for 51%. I wouldn't even feel bad.
You feel like the mic. I need to do the mic.
I wouldn't even feel bad. No, you need to do 50% of something to get 50%. That's how I feel.
I want 51%. I need to be majority owner. And let me tell you why. Not because I want to take you for everything you have. That's not it. It's because our company needs to be woman owned. And in order for me to be, now this is a gym, I'm telling the truth. In order for our company to be woman owned, which it will be, by the way, the woman needs to have 51% of the company. We're going to be woman owned, veteran owned, Black owned. We are all of those. 51%.
And I'm about to be like,
babe, you are
stable, disabled.
You can
a stable, disabled veteran owned. Stable, disabled veteran owned.
Why did it make your back lock up?
Good. I laughed so hard, my shoulders hurt. Stable, disabled.
Okay,
veteran.
I love you, babe.
I love you, babe.
I do.
This
you know
I
do.
You this is our show. This is not the I love you
No,
show.
I love you. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
Be professing like people are here for business and entertainment, not our love. Or are they?
Hold on a second. This is my question. You don't want me to tell the people?
This is for my therapist when I tell you these.
Are you recording? You tag your therapist?
Yeah, at therapist. This is the moment. Go for it. I'm sweating.
What's going on, Robert?
What's going on?
Why are you sweating?
I'm having anxiety.
Why are you having anxiety?
Because there's a huge unknown thing that exists right now, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not prepared, and I'm usually prepared for everything, and being prepared makes me the most successful at other things, and I usually fail when I'm not prepared.
When's the last time you failed?
When was the last time I was unprepared? Almost today.
Okay.
Today I failed.
Would you fail at? Are you willing to talk about it?
No.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it?
No, not on camera.
Okay. I'm not gonna press. I
fail often.
Got it. And most of those times is when you're not prepared at all.
Majority of the time, yes.
Okay. Have you ever failed and been prepared?
Once upon a time, not recently.
Okay. So it's possible to be prepared and still fail.
For some people.
Okay, hold on. So this is the anxiety, though. It's an unrealistic expectation of yourself.
It's to always be successful.
Always be to what you're considering, which we all see is over analytical version of preparation. Like you're like prepared like to the 10th power.
Prepare to succeed. Yes. Counseling session over. Out. Yes, I over prepare. Yes, it causes me anxiety.
Here we go. Thank you. That's all. That's all. That's it. That was it. No, it's over. You said you were ending it. You concluded it.
No,
you ended it.
No.
You said the final statement. I'm not going back in there.
So this is how this is
you ended it.
It's not ending it because I don't have no closure.
I'm so glad this is recorded.
That I have to like engage.
Show this to your therapist.
Exactly. Like where did you give me closure at? It's okay to be fucking mediocre. It's okay to be mid.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say.
What's the answer?
I said nothing.
I don't understand that. This is the thing.
All you said.
I feel like if I'm going to talk about something,
okay,
the least you can do is throw me a bone.
Okay,
you're like you overprepare to be perfect. And
no,
everything is perfect.
You're going back. You're going back. Like, you're going back.
So what's the opposite?
We don't have to go back there.
I want answers.
We don't have to go back there. Let me tell you why we don't have to go back to any of that, what you just said, because at the end of your statement, you said, I sometimes overanalyze and over-prepare, and it gives me anxiety. You said it. Those were your words, not mine. I didn't put that in your mouth. You said it. So now you can say, this is the reason that I'm having anxiety. How can I adjust this, which is the over preparation and the over analyzing? You don't want me to say anything else. I said I would stop, but see, then you ask for questions, and when I start giving answers to the questions, then you start feeling intense, and I'm not trying to make you feel intense. I wanted you to sit with what you said. That was it.
So let me ask you this: would you have felt better? I'm gonna call you Queen A. Would you have felt better if you were with me and you started to freak out about something and I wasn't prepared for it? How would that make you feel? Knowing my level of preparation for stuff, I don't know, like, how did it feel? Now let's talk about my level of over preparation.
So now you want to validate it by using me.
I'm not. I just want you to, like, it's not I'm using you. I want to put you in the perspective of,
you want me to find a good way of looking at it. And I'm not saying it's negative.
And I don't want you to look at it. I want you to be like, I understand. So let's go to,
I understand.
Let's go to Italy. I like flying here.
Best moment of my life. I felt the safest. I had the most amazing, most prepared man.
Idiot.
That's what you want. That's
what fly the idiot.
That's what you want to say.
You should have let me finish my time.
I flew with this idiot. That's what he wanted to say. That's what he wanted.
We fly to Italy. Now, mind you, before we get here,
oh, Lord, he has to validate.
It's not.
You are. Anybody that watches this is going to be able to go back and look at it. And
okay, you're right.
With intelligence and saying, you clearly are validating the reason why you want to accept over preparing and over analyzing.
Because
it helps you out in some situations. I get it. But causing you anxiety is the part that you want to get rid of.
But this is the thing.
Not getting rid of being prepared.
This is the thing, though. You plan for months, and you plan for months. You had every single thing.
Baby, I had an itinerary printed out.
Perfect.
Itinerary printed out in a notebook with pages that you turn with activity details.
And we saved, and this is in the midst of how we were in the midst of, killing debt and all this other stuff. So we saved. This was like the culminating event for, hey, we debt free. However, I can't even remember why. Oh, because you told me the price, and for me in our relationship, you always underestimate the price.
Oh, so I told you a number and you said that's not going to be it. Kalecia's going to need more.
No,
I'm going to put more away.
No. Kalecia needs more. Let me create a buffer just in case.
This idiot.
Not idiot, but it was an honest mistake.
I mean, but you know what? Let me say something. It happened again in Thailand, but we didn't need money. I'm not going to say we didn't need money. I was traveling with a rich person. So when you travel with rich people, you don't have poor people problems.
This is actually, it's the same thing. It's not like about being rich or poor. It's about being prepared.
Yeah. Well, this is the other thing.
Like, if I look at a trip, and this is one of the things that we get into, because we still on financial literacy. Yeah, it's cool to take that trip. But again, all of the rich people say this: if you can't buy it twice, don't buy it at all. So the fact of the matter is, if this flight costs me Brazil, if this flight costs me $800, I'm carrying $800 with me in case I need to get back. Because this flight may get canceled. I may need to get switched up. It might get canceled. I have to stay in a hotel. This is the level of anxiety that you can call it anxiety, but it's just preparation. I have enough experience to know that these things happen. So let me ensure that I think of every single thing that can happen. So when you're like, hey, let's take the family on the other side. And I'm like, Kalecia, I know we can afford it, but we can't afford for anything bad to happen. And that's why I don't want to do it.
Okay.
You understand?
I understand that point you just made. I'm not agreeing to the first point that you're trying to make.
You don't have to agree to it. Just be understanding.
I understand why it's important that the provider and leader of my household needs to be prepared. That I admire, I respect. Like I said at the beginning, I felt safe. We got to Italy. We We landed at one airport. We're supposed to be at a whole nother airport. So we ended up having to buy all new plane tickets for 9 people to get from one country to another country. And luckily, Robert had set aside enough money to purchase those
I
tickets.
had it in cash. I just want to say that.
And
I carried it so we can just, but literally, that was literally the only reason I had that money.
You did a good job. I felt lucky.
But I do that all the time.
You are always prepared.
Everywhere we go.
This does not validate the anxiety.
That's how I prepare. But this is the thing. This is how it validates this anxiety.
You would like to validate your anxiety now?
No.
Okay, which one is it?
I would like for you to understand.
I already said I understand.
When you try to drag me into places where I know I don't have a plan.
Got it.
Now you've created
a threat or a threat. You like there could be.
This is definitely something I thought about, and now you're putting me in a position to have said yes to something that I'm absolutely not prepared for.
Okay. You require more preparation. Got it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining the show. I am Robert Simmons. I'm here with Kalecia Simmons. Thank you so much. I hope you're here for our love, entertainment, and ish talking, because we keep it real. This is 93 WJB 85. We keep it real.
It's Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, tune in.
And we are out.
I need a song. Dun, 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 dun. Babe, can you sing for me or something?
Can you put your glasses? I'll do this.
Beatbox.
I rise.
I'm afraid to go outside.
Up, I sit down. Ladies and gentlemen.
I keep hearing Reagan.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz, thank you for coming up. Stop. Okay. All right. We are out.